Okay, so I was gonna record a review, just a discussion about this book. Sorry, I'm like right in front of a window, but I'm actually recording something during the day because I just feel very stressed out right now, and I don't know if I'm actually gonna talk about the book right now. Give me a second. I'm not gonna do this in front of the window. Okay, so basically tomorrow is when I start work, and I'm kind of stressed out about it. And my school starts soon as well. But that's besides the point. The point is, like, it's gonna be the first time in a while where I'm actually going back to, like, standard activities. And, the thing is, I've never actually been very good at performing well in, like, school and jobs and such, at least in terms of like interacting with other people. And that wasn't a problem at, like, my old jobs and at school, because at school, of course, like, you know everyone, so you're, like, familiar, so the environment is more comfortable. And with my old job, it was like it like required less interaction, so like I could just be very good at my job. And my sort of, I don't know, like, it wasn't a very, like, customer service type job is what I'm trying to say. So I could just perform well, and my other, like, odd tendencies would, like, be brushed off, you know? Odd tendencies as in, like, not being the best, like, person at talking to the, like, for example, they threw me, like, my old employer, they threw me a going away party, and that was, like, it was, like, extremely, not awkward for me, but, like, I was just a little bit uncomfortable, because, like, I don't like having attention on me. So, essentially, the two jobs that I have that are coming up, at least in the beginning, well, not a job actually, an interview, but the job that I'm interviewing for is more of like it's like a social job, in the sense that you have to interact with a lot of people and you have to like do customer service essentially, which is something that I'm not the best at. And it's important to me that I get this job or that I get hired, simply because I just need more hours. I need to work a lot. And another thing is that if I don't get this job, I'm gonna have to keep looking for more jobs, which is also kind of stressing me out, which is putting more pressure on me to like perform well during this interview. Another thing is that the job that I have coming up, like tomorrow, which is why I'm recording so early because I need to sleep early, is a job that requires like interaction as well. And I did like a similar thing, volunteering work last year. Like I volunteered at the same place that I'm working this year. But the reason why I feel like I was successful then was because I was just so comfortable, because I really had like nothing to lose. I was just going in, like went in based on chance, and like the vibes were up because I was comfortable and I didn't have like set any expectations for myself. But now I'm set expectations and I'm the only like other person basically to help them, like my main supervisor. So like when last year it was like 3 or 2 people other than me helping her, now it's just me, and that puts, I feel like, a lot of pressure on me to be a good assistant. And I'm also coming into this year with like expectations of being able to do well, like to connect with the people that I'm working with. Like, because I'm working at a school. Last year, I felt like I was able to connect decently well with the kids, which allowed me to do better at my job. Because like I feel like you can teach. Obviously, kids will listen to you more if they like feel more comfortable with you, and I feel like you can teach them better. But I just hope that I don't like mess up, because that would not spell well for like my duties throughout the whole year. And I really hope that I'm not like nervous or uncomfortable like on my first day, simply because like I feel like it's a lot better if you're like, when I was in school, I felt a lot more comfortable with the teacher if the teacher had confidence in themselves and like were able to interact with the kids very like freely and with authority, because authority allows you, like, you have to have authority in a classroom. Like, you can't be all buddy-buddy. There has to be some respect there. And I just hope that I don't mess that up. And another thing is that I recently watched a video. So today, I woke up, I did like the stuff I needed to do, and I felt very good. Like I wasn't on like any of my devices at all. And until it got to midday, and then midday I kind of like slacked off and like got on YouTube. And that was when my day sort of went downhill, because then I hit the afternoon like slog, where like in the middle of the afternoon I feel really tired and don't want to do anything. And that was at the same time where I like got back onto my computer, and then I immediately felt much worse after that. So I had to stop myself. And then I've just been like stressing ever since. Like since that, I've just been stressing about like these jobs coming up and my school as well, and like not, and this like I'm also injured, so I can't climb, which is like the main thing that has been holding me together. I think I've said that before as well. And I just feel really stressed out and anxious. And one more thing is that a video I watched recently was about how, like, there's this lady who's like 27 years old, and she was talking about how she hasn't felt any hope in her life since she was 24, and that she like, her life isn't where she thought she'd be, essentially. And that's kind of like the same thing with me. And I feel like it's kind of crazy to put that much pressure on someone who's in their 20s, or even me, because I'm like quite young as well. So, but I still feel that pressure, you know, because it's not like a society thing. It's like a people that you look up to and look around at thing, where like I look at my parents, and I look at my siblings, and I look at even the kids that I'm teaching, and I look at my friends. Like, everyone around me has such a bright future, and for me, I look ahead and I see nothing, and I literally see no way forward other than like a life that I don't want. Because I can't see a life that I would want, you know? That's like reasonable to attain. Like, there's a therapy exercise where you imagine yourself in a situation to see like which choice to choose. So for example, like my former therapist told me to imagine myself in like a variety of colleges to determine like which one that I think I would want, or to determine like the things that I would want out of college. And so I've been thinking about like my future, and like I can't see myself doing anything that I would like, or like a journey to get somewhere. I don't know, it's just, I know like it can be frustrating for some people to listen to this type of stuff and like see people complaining, especially if they themselves feel like they have lost a lot of time. But I would say to those people, just like have some empathy, you know, if you're going through the same thing that I'm going through, it doesn't matter like how old you are or how old I am. What matters is that we're both experiencing the same horrible feeling, and we need to get out of it somehow, you know? I just don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm afraid just everything is so new and unknown for me, and doesn't line up with any path that I thought I'd take, or any like recipe for success that's out there. And already by my family's standards, I'm considered like a failure, pretty much. Not a failure like in a big sense, but as like you didn't really do what we thought you were gonna do. And same with all of my friends, which honestly I don't have. I don't know. By my definition of friends, I don't really have any. So I just have like people that I know that are out there, and who I occasionally interact with. so here I am. And I don't know. One more thing is that a lot of people say we live in the age of this age of progress, and everyone has so many opportunities. And while I agree, I feel like choice, when you have more options to succeed, you also have more options to fail. And it can be hard to choose, first of all. And anyway, I have to eat dinner. I'm just stressed out.